So one of the things that I was struggling with when I was using ChatGPT was even creating projects and coming into the project and just simply typing something like, "Hey, can you help me source the most like person I need to follow up with?" And the thing it would do is it's just going to skip around inside this project and it's not really going to find everybody. But Claude Code actually will, but you have to teach it a skill. So one way that I went over in another video is that you could actually just download your GPT information by clicking on settings and going through that. And that's in one of my previous videos. But another way that I found is you can actually use Cowork with a Google extension to actually dive into everything for you. And that's kind of what I want to show you right now. So now where we are is we're inside desktop app. And what I'm going to do is just essentially tell Claude Code what I want it to do. And it's going to actually use a browser extension in Chrome to pull up my GPT and look through everything it might need to replicate that inside of Claude. Pretty exciting. Okay, I have a GPT project that I want you to access using the Chrome extension. And what we want to do is we're recording a YouTube video right now, and I want you to go through my GPT content creator and help me develop a skill for Claude Code to be able to transfer that skill over to Claude Code. So I just spoke into the mic, told it what we wanted, and we're going to go ahead and hit let's go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open ChatGPT. I'm going to pull it over here onto a different screen, and I might just run it in parallel on the same screen so you guys can see both of it. So let's just do that. So we'll take this, put it here, and we'll take this and put it here. Cool. All right. So, and then I want to get it out of this project, and it's going to open another browser, but I'm going to put it into that project. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to just drop the URL, copy. I have the direct URL, content creator GPT. No, I'll type it by name. Boom. Here you go. Paste. So as you can see, it just opened this little tab right here. Okay. And Claude is now debugging the browser and it's controlling the browser. Like I'm not going to click on anything. It's actually going to run this browser and find what it actually needs inside this browser to build this skill based on what it reads inside of all of the chats. So what it can see is my content creator GPT project and all the chats and sources. Let me click on the sources to see what the file instructions are and that have been loaded into this GPT, and also check the project settings for custom instructions so that it can actually build that all into a transferable skill for either Cowork to use or for Claude Code to use. So as you can see, it's looking for things like on the source page, it's finding them, and sometimes that takes a little bit. But let me show you what I did with a custom GPT that I actually built into an app. And before we jump over, I do just want to show you what extension this is. So it's this Claude extension right there that you can find in the App Store, and it allows Claude to connect with your browser and essentially run it like it's a human. So over here is one of the custom GPTs that I did build out. It has over 700 conversations it's had with prospects, and it got a really good rating. The challenge here is that I don't know what any of the users' conversations were with it. So what I did is I used the process that I just outlined by downloading all my information from ChatGPT, giving it the Claude Code, also taking the co-workspace and that extension and having it read through every one of the chats I've ever had with building one of these out, and had it build skills in line with what would make a 11 out of 10 version of this exact ultimate business clarity coach. And let me show you what we've built. So if we're here on my website, just scrolling down or just clicking on tools, it takes you right to my different lead magnets. And this used to actually direct you to that custom GPT. And now when somebody clicks on this, it brings up a completely different website that's actually SaaS. So if you want to sign in or create a free account, because it logs and keeps track of every conversation in a Supabase database so that it never loses context. And so I really felt this was going to help a lot more people, because this way, even when they're interacting with the AI, it won't get lost and start making stuff up. It'll always have the ability to source and find the information on the last session that it had with that particular user. So with Claude Cowork, I was actually able to kind of conceptualize all these different mentors that I've had in my life and build it into this custom software. And what it does is it gives you the ability to have a free or a paid version. And I'll just give you a sneak peek onto what it looks like inside. I mean, inside, it looks like a completely built out app where it keeps track of all of your conversations. It even gives you, it gives me the admin dashboard so I can see how many people are interacting with it, what typical problems are, how I can help self improve the actual coaching that it's providing. But if you're interested in maybe diving into something like this and developing your own app to solve a problem that you come across in your business, by all means, drop a comment down below and let me know exactly what you're looking to build, and I probably can point you in the right direction. So I just want to show you, you see this little halo that's around this screen? That's the one that Claude Code is essentially controlling. And you can't click inside it. I did that a few times and it messes up Claude Code and it gets super confused on what it's doing and what it's trying to do. You can scroll through it, but I've just found that if you click on anything, it just errors out and messes up. So don't click on anything while it's working for you. I also want to show you how I'm using this to do comments and posts on interactions with communities for me in my voice based on downloading 15,000 DM conversations that I had. So it's actually better at writing than I am. Okay, so from it looking through all of that data, it came up with 5 package skills. It came up with my brand voice. It came up with how I run and manage communities, like post replies, comment responses, member sorting by looking through all of the data. And it also analyzed all 15,000 DM conversations that I had on the platform as well. And it created from all of my conversations on um, in transcripts that it analyzed with Fathom, it came up with an Ian, like essentially like sales kind of script. And then this is a new one that I did. And basically, what this one's for is it's content repurposing. So it's for like when I see content that I really like or that person's getting a lot of engagement on it, I can give that to a Claude project with this skill and it can repurpose it in my voice and in my style. So I'm really looking forward to showing you guys that one and expanding on how powerful that one is. I just did my first post with it, kind of redoing Andrew Cruze's Facebook posts. He gave me permission to do it at his mastermind event. So I thought, why not? He's got a great following on Facebook. And I've kind of not been on Facebook for the last 5 years. And that post is doing better than any post I've put up in the last 5 years. So that's exciting. So to kind of show you guys like what you can actually do with skills, you can actually put them up on a repo. So you can get them from any computer. This is one of my buddies, Andrew, who is on the cutting edge of AI. And essentially, this is what they look like. They look like an MD file. You pull them open and you can actually read about them, find out what they're supposed to do, and if it applies. One of the things that I actually like doing is I just take this URL and what I do is I paste it into an actual Claude Code screen and ask it to tell me all about this skill and whether I need it or not to help accomplish the goal we're trying to accomplish. And a lot of times it'll tell me like, nope, we don't need this one. Or I'll be like, what can we take from this skill and enhance what we're currently trying to build as a skill? And that seems to really get the ball rolling a lot of times. Okay, so let's say you are in Cowork, right, which is an easier kind of platform to navigate than just being in the terminal with Claude Code. And this is what I essentially told it, right? And I wanted it to go ahead and develop that out. Okay. And then once it actually gathered all the information in a separate chat, I can actually then tell it, all right, now let's just build out this skill and make it into an MD file that's shareable with any of my projects. So essentially, think of it as an SOP for a digital employee that you can essentially matrix style plug into the back of their head and just make them have a skill all of a sudden. That's what it does inside of each one of your projects. And I think in probably a video coming up, I'll go through this daily commenting scheduler. But I just want to give you a sneak peek before I go as to how this actually runs. So you can see like inside Cowork, like I gave it instructions, okay, on what it actually needs to do. And this was something that was taking me just so much time and I actually quit doing it, which was everybody commenting inside a welcome post. And what would happen is I would just get backlogged and never contact the people that or comment with people that were inside that particular post. So you can see the halo around it again. And so it's actually doing all the stuff. It's bringing up each one of these posts, right? Because one of its skills is like, look at my posts and see if anybody has commented on those. And it will actually write in, click on reply, click on like it's doing right now, and actually write the reply in my voice and then hit send. It's pretty amazing. We can flip back over to the Claude Code screen and see what it's actually doing. I can see Ian Kirk's post with 51 comments, the pinned CTA comment, what would have Jay's systems in a trial. Scroll through the comments and read them before writing any replies. So it's getting context on the entire post, what people were commenting on, and then it's actually going to write replies specific to that post and what they wrote. So here's an action step from this video. Like write down your top 3 repetitive tasks. Just pick one, describe it inside of Cowork that allows you to learn your voice and your goal and your standards, and then run it on, let's say, like 5 examples. See what you get. That's it. That's a start. Now, if you want to see the exact setup that I'm using, all of these skills that I've built inside my GitHub, as well as the project structure, the whole workflow, just simply subscribe. I'll be walking you through each piece in upcoming videos. And if you're not already using AI in your business and you want to compare notes, drop me a comment down below on the one task that you've handed off to AI that's actually working. And I will see you in the next one.